Hi and welcome back to Kanji Master. The first kanji we're going to have a look at today is the kanji for oil. The onyomi reading is yu and the kunyomi reading is abura. Yu like in yuseki, which I'll show you how to draw in just a minute. To draw it's quite easy. We've got that splish splash on the left hand side, which is going to see a lot in today's kanji. There you go. Some, through, down, 1, 2. To help you remember it, this bottom part obviously looks very similar to rice field. So you just imagine that this big pole is the oil, the drill bit from the, for the oil. Gosh, I'm broken today, guys. And when they drill down, all the oil starts splashing out. You have to imagine the splashing everywhere. Maybe you're drenched in oil. You're happy because you're going to get rich. Seki yu is just seki as in stone, which we've already learned. That's all there is to it. On to the next one. Next we're going to have a look at the kanji for sea. Probably looks quite familiar too, as it's very similar to the kanji for every. The onyomi reading is kai, like Nihon kai, or meaning Japanese sea, or kaigai, overseas. And the kunyomi reading is umi, meaning sea. To draw it's pretty easy. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 strokes. It's pretty simple to remember if you remember the story from being shot through the window. Maybe this happens at the beach or the sea too. So every time you go to the sea, you get shot. Some words that can be used in Nihon kai, or put that line back in there. Kai gai. It's just a few of the ones that you'll see it in. It's quite a common kanji. On to the next one. The next kanji also contains the radical for splash. It's a kanji I'm very familiar with, and probably you know that already if you've seen my opening video where I'm very hungover. This one means sake. The onyomi reading is shu and the kunyomi reading is sake. One note for this one though, if maybe we'll call Japanese rice wine sake, but that's not actually true. Sake in Japan, it means all alcohol. Okay, so looking to draw it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strokes. Try to remember it's pretty simple. If you can imagine you're at a party, alcohol's flying everywhere. That's where the splashing here on the left hand side comes in. Someone places this symbol, for many of you might know, is the symbol for pie. Someone places, but let's imagine this pie is also not this pie, but this pie. I mean apple pie or something, and they place it on top of your glass of sake. If you colour this in down here, maybe you can imagine that's actually alcohol at the bottom of your glass. Maybe it's a glass of whiskey or something. So you're at the party and you go to sip your alcohol, and someone's put a pie on top of your glass, and that's how you can remember it. On to the next one. Kanji means cooked rice, meal, or food. The onyomi reading is han, like gohan, meaning cooked rice, and the kunyomi reading is meshi, meaning food. We can draw it like this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 strokes. Break it down. Left hand side looks very similar to what we've learned for drink and to eat. So you can just sort of leave that there, which makes sense because obviously this kanji has a lot to do with eating. And on the right hand side you've got a cliff and a stool. So if you can imagine someone always eating their food or their cooked rice on a stool under a cliff, hobbled under there, chomping away. Maybe that's their dinner spot, their meshi spot. And that's it really. I mean, you turn it to gohan pretty easily. It's just gohan. There you go. On to the next one. The next kanji we're going to look at is the kanji for house or home or residence. The onyomi reading is taku, like otaku, in my house. To draw it's pretty easy. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To remember, if you look at the bottom part here, it looks very similar to the katakana mo. And those of you who know The Simpsons know there's a character called Mo. He owns a tavern, Mo's Tavern. If you can imagine him with a helmet, which is this top part here, which we know as helmet. He's in your house, in your front yard, and he's just hanging out there with his helmet on. So when you imagine your house, it's like, oh, Mo's at my house. Why is Mo at my house? Jitaku, in my house, or Jitaku, meaning housing, or Kitaku, suru, to return home. All very valid words that we can already all draw because we know the other kanji for. And the last one for today is the kanji for guest or customer. The kunyamu is kyaku, like kyakusama, which would be like honoured customer. And you draw it like this. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's quite easy to remember. If you break it down into 3 set things, you can sort of see it as a helmet, a stool, and a mouth. So maybe when someone walks into, let's imagine you own a hotel, someone walks into your hotel and you greet your guests, and it's standard policy at your hotel to hand them a helmet, offer them a stool, and then put something in their mouth. Let's think like some sort of food or something memorable. Maybe it's sort of like a spicy food, so their face goes really red or something like that. So it's put in their mouth, so they go, oh, amazing. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. I'll see you guys again tomorrow.